Okay, friends, let's do this once again. First, let's check out the chart. Whoop! Up and to the right. Beautiful thing, right? Beautiful thing. This is when I did my first video. Okay, so at this point, you can take your profit and run. If you have your tokens, if you bought on Uniswap, if you minted, then obviously you don't have your tokens yet. Just mint and chill. That's all I can tell you. But at this point, whatever you do with your funds has nothing to do with me. Okay, I was just showcasing this 2 days ago, and we're just going on a slightly deeper dive into this this project and the token. And you can make your own decisions based off of the information. You know, this is something I'm doing for myself. And if you want to come along for the ride, so be it. And I mean, as far as the ride, as far as information. Okay, before I go into some details about the project, I just want to get this question out the way. So in case this is all you want to know, I'll tell it to you right now. As far as the price that you're going to receive your tokens at, because some people are a little concerned that, you know, they sent their Ethereum over to mint a few days ago and now the price has doubled or even tripled. Are you still going to receive the tokens at the price, at the minting price that was on the website at the time that you sent over your Ethereum? And the answer is yes. You're going to get that price, the same price that was on the website at the exact time that you sent over your Ethereum. Okay, so just mint and chill. You're gonna have your tokens very soon, and you're gonna have the right amount, so don't you worry. Congratulations. What you do once you get your tokens is on you. I have nothing to do with it. So now I just want to go into some details about the project, try to answer as many questions as I can in like a short series of videos. So let's go. So the Neos ICO process was designed with the presumption that Neos itself is a very daring long-term project. Very different from the typical run-of-the-mill startup where you can raise quickly, have to whip something up as soon as possible, see whether it sticks or not, and then move on to the next thing. That approach doesn't really work for Neos. In order for it to be sustainable, scalable, be its own engine, have the full long-term potential to gradually become what is our ultimate vision for Metaverse, it just can't be based on some game engine data model with some asset stored packages on top quickly whipped up. It needs a very long-term, sustainable, almost Japanese-like thinking and funding approach. It was taking quite a lot of time to properly develop the core systems, have something that looks plausible to an investor. At that point of time, most of the companies in our VR-focused business accelerator, now our friends and colleagues, we all shared a co-working space in San Francisco, went already bankrupt. And we were on the end of the line as well, staring into the abyss. Elon Musk has this quote: running a startup is like chewing glass and staring into the abyss. After a while, you stop staring, but the glass chewing never ends. And it's very true. Investors kept explaining how bad of a project Neos is over and over. Oh my God, can you imagine? I know they're kicking themselves in the butt now. Anyway, the same thing at this point would be to let go and move on. However, Neos was and still is the coolest thing we can imagine. There is not something better to move on to. The full vision that Neos might bring so much joy and utility to people all over the world that we might one day see full dive, push the launderer limit, be a better platform for a lot of the human activities that make humanity unsustainable. Do something that really matters in the bigger picture. Become the good parts of TCKR. Not sure what that is. It's our life's work and just too good to let go. Now, let me just give some commentary before we move on. This is amazing because they couldn't think of anything better to move on to. This is explaining the struggles that they went through, the hardships and the heartaches. You see, a lot of us, we're just jumping in and we're just like, oh, we just want to make some quick dollars. These individuals' life. You understand? And Instead of them giving up and going bankrupt and letting Neos just fall to the wayside like a lot of their other former colleagues did with their startups, these people are going forward. Congratulations and kudos to them and to you for being a part of this. And the reason I'm going into this is so that you just don't go into this with just the mentality to just want to make money. I want you to understand what you are touching right now. This is history in the making. This game is one of the major metaverse games, okay? So congratulations. Whether you knew this or not, something nudged you, something inside of you said, hey, go on ahead and invest. And even if and when I do take profit, I'm still going to hold a long-term bag regardless. Regardless, just to say, I still have the same tokens in my bag, in my possession that I had since 5 years ago, 10 years ago, okay? So anyway, it was clear that Neos just doesn't fit the short-term goal-oriented funding, and that if we want to continue, we have to find a way to fund Neos in a very different, sustainable, long-term way. Neos Alpha on Steam attracted some initial users. Thank you, guys and gals. And we started thinking of making Neos work with crowdfunding. We wanted to give the project saviors, in part to prove so many investors explaining how bad of an investment Neos is wrong. Something that will become valuable as we begin fulfilling the vision. We think limited virtual land in context of a metaverse is total baloney. Wow. Not in context of a particular world, that might be a good way to raise funds for the world and creator and operator, because there's worlds within Neos. So this ain't for the entire Neos. They don't think selling land in Neos is a good idea. But you can possibly create a world inside Neos and sell some of that land. Because Neos has worlds within worlds. It's actually a universe. Okay, let's move on. What we knew, though, was that a virtual economy in a P2P metaverse needs a currency, and it's going to be worth quite a lot if enough people start using it. There are precedents. The best sustainable long-term funding platform that matches Neos' long-term nature was and probably still is Kickstarter. We had to design an ICO that works well with the Kickstarter campaign. Not really something we saw before. It was clear from the get-go that it will be very different from the usual ICO that is designed to raise the maximum amount of funds fast, but also fail fast. Exactly the opposite of our sustainable mindset and vision for Neos. We've watched for the ICO to move along with Neos development steadily, awarding the few early supporters, you, disproportionately more than those coming in later on as the earlier version of Neos you see and use, the harder it is to find support for it. The more of a visionary one has to be to see what Neos can become. We modeled a lot of ICO scenarios and chose the most positive one, with the most interest, yet still a quite likely one, not the most likely, with the mindset that we can always speed mint pace up, but there is no way to slow it down. So far, the pace is quite rapid. I certainly didn't imagine there would be more than 7.5 million NCR in existence already before Neo's store launch. I'd say burn is not likely at this moment or more likely than before. I was just mentioning that as a reaction to the post by that person, Stings8, who it seems wasn't aware of that it is one of the tools we might use to deal with slower mint pace in the future if that happens. And as we know, that's not happening. If anything, since I made the video, look at the progress. I made the video here. It was like almost linear, right? Going less than a 45-degree angle. And now you're looking at almost a 90-degree angle since here. So minting has sped up rapidly. That's just the fact that I have. Okay, so I'm joking. So yes and no. So in regards to the technical question about NCR burning, we have quite a lot of freedom in terms how to do it, as our ERC20 contract is a very vanilla one. It has to be in order to work well with Patreon, not a decentralized service. Ethereum to Patreon mint ratio is an unknown. I think the cool and easily demonstrable way to burn the NCR would be to send them to the address blah blah blah, which is dead, or blah 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 blah. No one clearly has the private keys for. However, for the slightest chance that we live in the one universe in billions where someone actually manages to find the private key, blah 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 blah, to one of these, we might use a burner contract such as this one. Okay, that's kind of like an explanation, and I doubt there's going to be a burn. Like, people are buying these up like super fast. I mean, I do not like giving price predictions, but, and like I said in my very first video, someone could dump millions of dollars on the market at any moment. So yeah, but I'm saying I doubt they're gonna have to burn anything. So that was like a small tidbit as to why they went with the minting, right? And then there is also, put the link down below, but it is at the bottom of their website. I didn't realize that this is what their wiki is, but they answer a bunch of questions about the token. You know, when did the NCR ICO start? Boom. It started 7/16/2018, aka 16th of July 2018. When does the ICO end? It ends once 50 million coins have been minted. You can see the current minted amount on our website. So let's see, because I haven't even checked today how many have been minted. Look at this. Almost 40 million. That means there's only 10 million left, people. Look at the minting price. There's only 10 million left. You see that? We are here. You see, it starts off more like straight line. Then it starts curving at the 30 million mark, right? That's when it starts getting a little steeper. Now we are here. Wait. We are right around here. All right. So we are near the end of this minting. So Neos credits is the official currency of Neos Metaverse. In the current beta version of Neos, it is possible to send NCR to other users in order to conduct self-organized economic activity, tip world creators and other users. NCR will further be used with the planned Neos Store and Neos Jobs marketplace when those are implemented. And I'll cover those in the next video, okay? NCR is in the process of being minted, created via its initial coin offering, as set out in the Neos white paper. The format of the NCR ICO was intentionally designed to provide a stable and steady growth for early adopters and long-term holders, as well as to facilitate the use of NCR as a practical currency rather than for speculation. Funds accrued through the Ethereum minting of NCR will be used exclusively to fund development of Neos Metaverse through expansion of Neos team, developer, and content creator grants and awards, as well as other activities directly improving the value and enjoyment of time spent in Neos. More information about NCR Neos economy are available there in the Discord. Okay, NCR is currently undergoing its ICO, where the new NCR tokens can be minted via Patreon or by sending Ether to the NCR minting contract address available on the website. Note that this minting address is not the same as the Genesis contract address. It should not be sent to the Genesis contract address, or it may be irretrievably lost. Minting proceeds in batches of 100,000 NCR with a total of 500 batches, of which 20 are reserved for the Community Developer Fund. The cost of NCR is denominated in US dollars. The price for the first batch was 6.06 USD, and the price rises by 0.125% per batch. This results in an exceptionally growing USD per NCR ratio as minting proceeds. For the final batch, the price per NCR is expected to be $29.53 USD. Following the completion of minting, the price of NCR will be determined by its use within the Neos economy and free trading on exchanges. The progress of the ICO, including the current batch number, can be seen on the official Neos website. An important feature of the NCR minting price being denominated in USD is that people wishing to mint NCR by purchasing ETH with traditional fiat currencies do not need to be particularly concerned about the highly fluctuating ETH exchange rate. So that's an important feature. You don't have to worry about the price fluctuating. NCR is minted via Patreon or with Ethereum. The price of NCR per batch is set in USD. Minting transactions are currently confirmed manually. Processing of transactions is performed in order of their blockchain confirmation times within 48 hours. 7 blockchain confirmations are required for a transaction to be considered confirmed. Note that in order to receive minted NCR, ETH must be sent from a wallet which directly manages your private key and is able to receive ERC20 tokens such as MetaMask. So here are some basic questions about NCR that you can find the answers to. What is a badge? How does it work? Do you have any airdrops or giveaways? Which I doubt. No. See, I already knew the answer to that. How can I mint NCR? We already know. Why would I mint NCR when I can buy it? We already read that. See, why crypto? Why not just a virtual currency? Well, that's for people who are concerned about the environment, which of course we all should be. I've been concerned about the environment for over 30-something years, and now people want to trip about it. See, what is Neos Pro? Neos Pro is a license for commercial and institutional use of Neos. You do not need to invest in, buy, sell, or mint NCR. You also do not need one to play Neos. Okay. Is NCR Neos a DAO? Can I vote on stuff? No, we're not a DAO. You can vote on new features, though, by thumbs up in them on our GitHub. All right, so this is not a governance token. This is an actual token that will be used within the game itself and their marketplace. Who are the top holders? I'm worried about their holdings. Due to the nature of cryptocurrency, it is not always possible to discover who the owner of a wallet is. However, to help a small amount, here's a table of top holders which Neos does control. The Neos deployer, there's the address, roughly 33%. Neos internal wallets, roughly 7%. See, from the deployer, your NCR is delivered from this address. This is why its holdings are so high as most of the unminted NCR. Okay, Neos internal wallets, 7%. This stores the majority of the Neos managed Neos accounts wallets. If you have NCR in-game, it's usually here. So these are the in-game wallets. Neos buyback address. This is mostly used for buybacks from the economy, etc. Is Neos play to earn? No, you don't earn any currency by playing. It's 100% free. Does Neos mine cryptocurrency when it's running? No. Does Neos use NFTs? No. Here, can you speed up the minting? It should be automated. We're constantly working on our flows and handling here to make things better and faster, but these things take time. Be patient, we'll get there. So just mint and chill. That's it. Or buy it on Uniswap if you haven't purchased any yet. Definitely not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how you can do it. So here, if you send less Ethereum than what it's going to cost to mint, you're not getting it. You're not getting anything. What does Neos think about the accelerating growth of NCR? We're happy with the current growth and appreciate everyone for their interest in Neos. We're not actively looking to speed anything up as we're focused on building the tech first. We still welcome and appreciate all investments and investors entering our community. Things here may change once a few new features on our roadmap are completed, such as the new Neos website or Neos store. And change in what way? We'll see, but I'm sure it's going to be positive for everyone. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.